All right, kiddos, can you hear me? All right, goodie. Please take a look. We are going to do a simple situational writing piece today, okay? Just a bit of a practice because I observed just now as I was giving your situational writing pieces back that you were not doing very well for it, okay? So we're going to go through and I'm going to model for you the whole process and we're going to work on it together, okay? Then I'm going to leave you to finish it off by yourselves, okay? So I'll do the planning phase with you, identify what are the important contextual information that we need to include in it because remember, it's all about connecting the contextual information to the situational so that you get the full marks, right? You want to bridge from 12 to 14 and 15 marks, okay? So that's our mission for today. We are going to master situational. And if you are capable of getting about 13 to 15 for situational, and you can just have a kind of a pretty good pass, like 20 something for your compo, then you will be in a very good 70 plus A zone already, which is my target for you all, okay? As long as you're able to get above 75 in the overall aggregate, then you should be in a good position to get an A for English, okay? So that's our target. We want to have a strong situational writing so that at the end of the day, the situational writing will push up our compo, which for us in this group tend to be a bit weaker, okay, in terms of our compo. So we want to kind of balance it out with a stronger situational writing. So today I'm going to focus on just going through the whole situational writing, model it for you all, remind you of the processes, everything within about 15 to 20 minutes. So you all can finish your situational writing quickly and move on to your continuous writing. Okay, is everybody okay? Am I loud and clear? Can you all hear me? Okay, very good. Right, so like I said, today we are going to be focusing on this situational writing, okay? This was taken from the, I think it's the red swastika, if I remember correctly, okay? I think this is a red swastika prelim paper 2020, okay? This is not a piece I'm going to give to the rest of the class. I've already finished the last piece today. So this will be especially for you only, okay? So take a look at this. It's very interesting, all the prelim papers for all the schools that I have examined have all been formal writing pieces, which again goes to show that it looks like every school is predicting that this coming PSLE is going to be a formal email, right? That's why every school for their prelim papers has set a formal email, right? I have not yet encountered any school, whether it is these very brand name schools or the neighborhood schools who have set informal email. No one, right? Everybody has gone ahead with formal email. So I think that's a pretty strong indicator that we can expect that SEAB is going to do the same, okay? So again, this is formal. Let's take a look at it together, right? I don't need you to write anything, all right? At least not yet, but at some point later on, if you are able to, I would like you to at least write out the email, okay? I will do all the mapping and the highlighting for you. You just need to write out the email at some point later. I will give you some time, right? So you can take your writing materials and your foolscap paper, but you won't need it at this point in time, all right? For the first part of today's lesson, I will be doing most of the modeling. You all just need to answer my questions verbally, make sure that your microphone is working and I can hear you loud and clear. Then that's good enough, all right? Then later on, towards the end of the lesson, I'll give you all a bit of time to just write down the email so that you can remember and log in everything that we covered today, okay? So very quickly, when I call your name, can you please just answer me so that I can check that your microphone is working, all right? Sishan?
Hello.
Okay, good, thank you. Ziming?
Hello.
Great. Zhixian?
Hi.
All right, thank you. Dea?
Hello.
Thank you. Ziting?
Hi.
Okay, Ziting, you're a bit soft. Are you whispering or is it just because your microphone is soft?
Is this better?
Yes, much better. Okay, thank you. Dawn?
Hi.
Okay, perfect, loud and clear. Chun Hong?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Jaden Teo, is your camera working? Okay, good. Can you please answer me? Unmute yourself and answer me.
Hello.
Okay, thank you. That's good. And who is the last person? Cannot see your name. Shaden, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, your name has appeared. I'm not sure why your name didn't appear just now. Okay, anyways, good. Thank you, everybody. Right, so we are all here except for Jiaxuan, who's not able to join us because she has tuition. Am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, correct. Everybody's here. Excellent. And then we have some additional I don't know, Calafairs, right? Who will help us with answering questions, I suppose, if you wish to. Okay, right. So take a look at this, right? Like I said, red swastika. All right, this is a formal email, right? So always remember that you begin by looking at this box here. Okay. Always begin by looking at the task, and always begin by highlighting your purpose, audience, and context, right? So my purpose over here is to inform him about the good attitude of the sales assistant, Tammy. I might want to go ahead and change the him to you, because later on I'll be using exactly this sentence and I'll copy it. Because remember, I don't want to make any mistakes in tenses or in using the wrong word. So I don't want to change this word. I want to just change all the pronouns so that they reflect the person I'm writing to. In this case, you, about the good attitude of your sales assistant. And then I'm going to go ahead and give Tammy a last name. Why am I going to give Tammy the last name? Ziming, why must I give Tammy a last name?
Because it's a formal.
Very good. So in a formal email, all names must be accompanied by surnames. All the characters that appear, right, must have surnames. So you remember the one that we just did on the basketball court incident? Even the two students, Mabel and what's the other person's name, must have the last name. Why? Because when the principal or the discipline master wants to call them up to scold them, right, he must know their full name and the class that they are from. So full name is very important. Likewise, in this case, when the manager wants to commend the employee, right, he must have her full name. So I'm going to go ahead and call her Tammy Tan, okay, just to make it a bit easier, right? So I'm going to add straight. You see, I'm just writing it straight there. So later I just copy will do. So that's my purpose. My audience is manager of Everland Stationery Shop. And I'm going to go ahead and pen down his name. Do I have his name here? No. When I do not have a name, oh, I'm sorry, I do have a name. Okay. When I do have a name, then I will just write down the name Mr. Ong later. I do not write dear manager of Everland Stationery Shop. Okay. Never do that. Always write the name. But I must make it a point to include the fact that he's the manager of Everland Stationery Shop. So later, right, in the last paragraph, I will say, as the manager of Everland Stationery Shop, right? Same as what we always do, okay? The pattern is very predictable, okay? Then purpose, audience, context, letter. Okay, very interesting here, huh? Right? Be very careful, huh? This is a 2020 paper. This is Red Swastika 2020 prelim examination. Can you see this word letter here? What I'm very scared of is in PSLE, right? When they give you the word letter, right? Then every day you are so used to doing email, right? You write in your answer, I am writing this email to inform you, right? That's a major error. So be very careful, okay? That's why you must still highlight your purpose, audience, and context. In this case, it's a letter. So your email or letter must contain the word letter. I am writing this letter to inform you, okay? And your reference to it must be to a letter and not an email. So be very careful here. Done. Purpose, audience, context. Then I go into numbering my point. Date you bought the book is 1. Okay. What you realize when you unwrap the book is 2. Okay. When and why is 3 and 4. You went back to the shop. What you forgot to bring with you to the shop is 5. And how the sales assistant helped you in the situation is 6. Okay. So there we go. Very easy. I have all of the pointers numbered nicely, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight it. Okay. So the date I bought the book is 15 August 2020. All right. So this is my point number 1. Now, do you notice that there is a contextual piece of information in the first picture that is not required in the points, but I need to include? What is the important piece of information that I must include, but it's not part of the 6 content points? It's actually just the contextual information. Sishan, do you want to try to tell me what that is? What is the information in the first picture? Yeah.
The book title, which is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is indeed the key information that I need in order for me to be able to complete my email. If I just refer to it as a book, then I will get marks deducted because the book has a title and it is given in the picture. Okay, so all this contextual information you must be alert to include in your story. Okay, so again, I put Tammy Tan just to remind myself. I circle this to include into my first paragraph when I'm giving introduction to my letter. Okay, next, part 2, what you realize after you unwrapped. So over here, pages are torn. All right, so therefore this is my point number 2. Okay, you unwrap the storybook, you realize that the pages are torn. Okay, then point number 3, when and why you went back to the shop. Okay, so the point number 3 and 4 is here. Exchange for a new book is point number 4. Okay, and then 2 p.m. is point number 5. Okay, so it is important when you bring in your point number 1, the date, please also bring in the time, because that way you can contrast between the time of 10 a.m. and the time of 2 p.m. Both are on the same date, okay? On the same date, right? Then point 3 and 4 are given. Point number 5, what you forgot to bring with you is over here. Okay, that's point number 5. Okay, I left my receipt at home. And then point number 6, how the sales assistant helped you. Okay, over here. All right, so this whole thing is point number 6, quite long, huh? So we are going to need to rephrase point number 6 later, but we'll get back to that, okay? So these are my 6 points. I checked that I have 6 points. I have my PAC. I am now ready to write my story, okay? Are you all ready? Okay, I'm going to call on you individually now to help me to piece together this story based on this information that I have just extracted from the piece that I've shown you, okay? So now let's go over here. Okay, and I'm going to start on, well, writing the story proper, okay? Now, is there any way for me to share 2 parts of the screen? Because I wish there was another way. Okay, never mind, it's all right, okay? So let's begin, all right? The date is 15th of August, 2020. I am writing an email in order to commend or to inform the manager about this good attitude of this particular person. So can you tell me what is a good date for me to write down here? Jaden Liao, go ahead and suggest the date for us.
16, I think the date was August, yeah.
Okay, yeah, 16 August 2020. All right, that's fine. Always remember to spell out the full date format, right? Never use short form, never use numbers, okay? So it's August, A-U-G-U-S-T, never 08, okay? Dear Mr. What was the manager's name? Ong, right? Yeah, okay, dear Mr. Ong, all right? Okay, what's the first sentence that we need to include there?
I hope this email find you well.
Wrong, pong, wrong already.
That's
First
all.
mistake of the day. Hooray, well done, congratulations. What's your mistake there?
I said letter. I said email.
Please be very alert, okay? Don't make this kind of mistake, okay? I just reminded you of it, I hope this letter finds you well. Okay, that's fine. Polite statement done. Next to polite statement, what should I have after that, Dawn?
Allow me to introduce myself.
Okay, allow or please allow me. Perfectly fine. Okay, now this is very important. Whenever I introduce myself, I never just say my own name. Okay, my name must be followed by my identity. Who am I in relation to this email? Right? I never just say my name is like that. Okay, so in this case, am I given a name? In this email, am I given a name? No, right? So I can use my own name, all right? So, Jaden Teo, please try this next sentence. I want the whole sentence. Please tell us, verbally tell us. Don't type. I want to hear your voice.
I am Julia Low.
Very good. You did not make the mistake of using your own name. Very good.
A customer
Of
of Ever.
Hello. What you suddenly got cut off? Customer of what?
Of Evergreen.
Huh? Oh, you forgot, is it? Okay, here. Have a look. Okay, got it?
Everland Stationery Shop.
Yep, okay. And can you please do us a favor and spell stationery?
STATIONARY.
Bang. See, I knew it was going to happen, right? You're so predictive. Oh my goodness. So easy to predict you, right? It's Everland Stationery, N-E-R-Y. N-A-R-Y means you are still, you don't move, stationary. The car is stationary. It's stopped at a place, stationary. Stationery, N-E-R-Y, is a collection of pens, pencils, and things that you use to write and to work with, all right, on paper with. So please be very careful with this word. You often always misspell this word, and then you get needless marks deducted because of it. Okay, keep it perfect. Is it shop? Yeah, shop, yeah, okay. Okay, see, already 3 sentences, 3 mistakes already. Yes, what is it?
There's a name given.
There's a name given? Is there?
Yeah.
Where?
Yes. In the task.
Oh, yes, you are Linda. Okay. Oops. 4 mistakes made. Okay, very good. Well done, Jaden. Okay, Linda Low, a customer of Everland Stationery Shop. Okay, please be very careful. Okay, so every step of the way, double check that you're not making any mistakes. All right. So I hope this letter finds you well. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Linda Low, a customer of Everland Stationery Shop. So a lot of possible pitfalls for mistakes already. Okay, so please be very careful. Okay, what comes after this? May I please ask, let's have Sishuan, who has disappeared. Oh, there she is. Okay. Come, Sishuan. What's the next step after this? What must I put?
I am writing to Mr. Pan, can you scroll up so I can see? Of course.
I was about to do that. Don't worry.
I would like to inform you
No. I would like to. You just told me I'm writing to, then suddenly you change to I would like to. Can you please not? I would like to is informal. Yeah? Okay? I am writing. Got it?
I am writing to inform you about the good attitude of your sales assistant, Tammy Tan.
Got it. All right. Yes. Okay. Or I'm writing this letter. Okay. I am writing this letter to inform you. Use the word inform because it's in the, sorry, Linda. Yeah. Okay. It's in the task. So just copy about, okay, sorry, what was that again? The good attitude of your sales assistant. Linda Low. Okay. Right. Remember, this is my beginning, my start purpose. There's going to be an end purpose, right? I want him to do something about this, but that comes later. Okay. But my start purpose is to inform him about what happened first. Yes, go ahead.
The sales assistant name is Tammy Tan.
Okay. Sorry.
You are Linda Low.
My fault. This is me. Okay. Tammy Tan. I'm getting confused with all the LL and the TT and all the, okay. Anyway. Yes. So, okay. Right. Anything else to add in the first paragraph? What should I do next? Shaden?
Where about the first point?
Okay, so what I should do next is to move on to the next paragraph, right? And then start with the written points, okay? Please take note that the first paragraph, all of the words are in the present tense. I'm going to highlight it for you now. So please pay attention. Always check that your words are in the present tense, okay? I hope. Wait, yeah, okay. I hope this letter finds you well. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Linda Low, a customer of I Am Writing, to inform you about the good attitude of your sales assistant. Okay, so everything in the first paragraph is always in the present tense because I am introducing myself and I'm stating what I want to do. So everything is present future, right? It's the same for the last paragraph. My first and last paragraph are often always in the present and future tense. Unless I move my first point up to the first paragraph, then there may be one point that's in the past tense, okay? Because I'm narrating what happened in the past. Otherwise, it should be very, very clear that my entire story is, my first paragraph is in the present tense, okay? So far, no problems. So Shaden says, let's move on to the next paragraph and then let's get started with our next, or rather our first content point. Okay, so my first content point is the date you bought the storybook, okay? But am I going to immediately say, I bought the storybook on 15 August 2020? No. I need to put in some contextual information in order to introduce my reader to why I am at the bookshop, why I am at Everland Stationery Shop to begin with. So what would be a good contextual introduction to the first point, which also includes the date and the time I am there? Chun Hong, would you like to try this?
Maybe that your friend's birthday is like around the corner.
Okay.
And then you wanted to buy a book for her because she's an avid reader.
Okay.
So then
yes.
you went there on.
All
then
right.
that you say maybe
Okay,
your friend's birthday is on the 17th.
Okay.
August.
So okay, that's a pretty good one. I think let's work with that. Right. So I'm going to begin with the key point first because I don't want to forget point one. So I'll put point one there first. Then I'll add everything that Chun Hong just said as contextual information after that. Okay? Because I want to say I went there first, then I want to explain why I went there. Got it? So on 15 August, or I can say yesterday, because remember my email is on the 16th of August, right? So on 15 August, but it's fine. All right, 2020 at 10 a.m., I visited your shop. Why do I say your shop? Because I'm writing to the manager, Mr. Ong, right? The shop belongs to him, all right? So I'm saying I visited your shop to buy a birthday present for my best friend whose birthday, okay, if you want to, you can write this, otherwise it's optional. Or you can just say best friend for birthday party, birthday present for my best friend, good enough, full stop. Okay, so do I know when I went? Yes. Do I know why I went? Yes. All right. Am I ready to go into the other details? Yes. If I just say on 15 August 2020, I went to your shop to buy Charlie Chocolate Factory, it does not complete the story. I have questions unanswered. Okay, why am I buying this particular book? Okay, and so on and so forth, right? So, but this answers that question of why. Why? Because it's a birthday present, right? I was looking, okay, I bought, remember we highlighted the picture, the book, okay, open and close inverted commas. Oh, thank God. Okay, so far so good, right? So I have point number 1, the date I bought the storybook. I have the title of the storybook, right? And then I can go on to point number 2, right? So I got home and then I realized that the pages are torn, right? Okay, so do you notice everything is in the past tense now? Right? Visited, right? Bought, right? Got home, and unwrap the book. Okay, comma. Okay, I realized that some of the pages were torn. Okay, so again, let's pause for a moment to highlight the tenses in paragraph 2. Okay, over here, paragraph 2 is the past tense paragraph. Okay, let's take a look at this. Visited, bought, got home, unwrapped, realized, were torn. Okay, so all of the verbs are now suddenly in the past tense. Why? Because first paragraph is in the present and I'm thinking about the future. Second paragraph is the details of what happened. I remembered it, so it's a recall, past tense. And then last paragraph goes back into the present and future tense again. Okay, let's continue with the slow but steady typing. Okay, I realized that some of the pages were torn. Okay, then I go back up here, point 3 and 4, right? When and why you went back. Okay, I'm going to copy exchange for a new book. Okay, so I decided to, okay, I copy when you went back to the shop. I decided to go back to the shop immediately, right? Immediately. At 2 p.m. Okay, so this answers the when and why on the same day to exchange it for a new one. Okay, so when did I go? 2 p.m. on the same day, 15th of August. Why did I go? I wanted to exchange the torn book for a new one. Okay, so point 3 and point 4 are here. And again, notice the tenses, decided, right? Exchange. Actually, to exchange and to go back are all 2 verbs. So they have no tenses attached to them. They're just in a base form. Okay, so that's it. Right, so that's point 3 and point 4. What you forgot to bring to the shop. Okay, so again, let's try to be a bit more careful. When I arrived at the shop, I realized that I had forgotten to bring my, was it a receipt? Yes, receipt. Please be careful. Now, I think this might be a good place. Okay, so arrived, realized, had forgotten, to remind you of the use of the past perfect tense. Notice over here, instead of using forgot, I use had forgotten, right? Can you still remember why I use had forgotten and not use forgot? Can you all still remember why I used had forgotten and not forgot? Because it would seem as if I can just use a simple past tense there, right? Does anybody remember what is the rule? Shaden, go ahead.
1-2 verb.
Very good. One rule is the 1-2 verb, right? So when I have the first verb and I have the second verb, it follows a 1-2 pattern. The other interesting thing to remember, the other pattern to remember is this, right? That there are two events happening. And the past perfect tense is always used for the earlier event. So which event happened first? You realized first or you forgot first? Which event happened first? Ziming, you realized first or you forgot first?
You forgot first.
Very good. Exactly, right? So I must forget first, right? Then after I forget, then I realize I forgot. Okay? So the had forgotten is in the past perfect form because it is the first action to occur. When you have two actions occurring in the past, the first action that happens is always in the past perfect form. Then the second action that happens is in the simple past. By the time I woke up, I had already drew on the pillow. So when did I draw on the pillow? Before I woke up, right? I drew first. Then after that, I woke up. So had drew is the first action. Then woke up, woke, simple past is the second action. Okay? So again, this is a lesson that applies in your compo as well. Whenever you have two actions happening in the past, one after another, always by default put the first action in past perfect and the second action in simple past. That is a pattern that will never fail you. It will always happen that way. Okay? So whether you're writing compo or now you're writing situational, right? Keep your tenses consistent, right? That being said, even if you use past tense here, I realized that I forgot to bring my receipt. That is a very minor error. Some teachers won't even penalize you for it. Okay, but the major error will be if you use the present tense. So just keep everything in the past. Got it? The safe thing is to keep all tenses in the past. But remember what I taught you about first, second action for 1-2 verb, like Shaden said, the 1-2 verb pattern, where the first action is in the past perfect and the second action is in the simple past. Okay? Yeah, thank you. I know it's very dry, it's very boring, but this will help you next time when you all write very long stories with a lot of different things happening at the same time. Okay? Right, let's go on. Let's finish up this story. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the very, 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 very long point number 6. And I'm going to put point number 6 together with the last paragraph because it's too long already. If I put point 6 in the second paragraph, then my last paragraph will be very skinny. My second paragraph will be very fat. Okay, so I will, but because of organization, move on to the last paragraph. And then I'll combine the end purpose and end polite and all those phrases together with my point 6, okay? So here we go, point number 6. Okay, so remember I'm writing about how the sales assistant helped me. Oh yes, I remember you, right? You told me the book is a gift for your friend's birthday. It's all right if you have no receipt, I will get you a new book now, okay? So this is what the person did. The person remembered you and then the person allowed you to exchange without a receipt. Do you all get that? So the person remembered you and then the person allowed you to exchange your book without having that receipt that you normally need, a proof of purchase, right? Can you see there's this word here, proof of purchase? I will also use this phrase in my point 6, right? It's contextual information that I need in order to fully answer the question. Okay, so here we go. Thankfully, your sales assistant, okay, so this is where I mentioned her name, Tammy Tan, recognized me from earlier, because remember earlier was when I went to buy the book the first time at 10 a.m., right? And she allowed me to exchange my torn book for a new one without my receipt or proof of purchase. Okay, sorry, it's a bit big. Okay, right? So here it goes. Thankfully. Now, the key word here is thankfully. A lot of you will not include this word. You will just wrote your sales assistant recognize me, blah, 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 and then whatever, okay? But the word thankfully, right, tells me that I am grateful. So the idea that you are writing this email, right, is to convey your gratitude to the sales assistant. And how do you express that gratitude? By using the word thankfully. All right, thankfully, your sales assistant, Tammy Tan, recognized me, and then she allowed me to exchange my torn book for a new one without my receipt or proof of purchase. So this answers my point number 6 already. Okay, and here, remember, this is still part of the second paragraph, but I brought it down because it's too long, right? So all the tenses are still in the past. Recognize, allowed, okay? All of these are verbs in the past tense. Now let's move on to the conclusion. So you all should know how to go on from here. Let me just ask a few of you to continue where we left off. Okay, Ziting, what would come after this?
I hope you.
Okay, wait. I hope that you
You can.
No can. Can is a modal of ability. I want intention, I don't want ability. What should it be?
You could.
Could, past tense. What did I just say about tenses? What did I just say about the last paragraph? Is it in the past tense? Not anymore. Sorry? When I'm asking him to do something, is that thing in the past, the present, or the future? When I'm asking someone to do something, is it in the past, the present, or the future?
The future.
Yes, right? It hasn't happened yet. So what tense should I use to express a future happening?
Future tense.
I hope that you
Will.
I'm sorry, what?
Will.
Will, that's right. Okay. I hope that you will. Not would, not could, not should, not may, but you will. W-I-L-L. So for all of you here in this group, you are a bit weak in your tenses. So I very honestly tell you, right, don't use any other modal. Just use will. Everything that has to do with future, right, you just use will. I will, you will, they will. Don't use would, don't use should, don't use could, don't use any other modal. Just use will. Got it? You will. I hope that you will. All right? You are not allowed to use any other modal because you will get confused. All right? There are some cases where you could use would, but it's very difficult to explain. You may not fully understand it and you may use it wrongly. So the safest modal option in this case is will. So in the last paragraph, whenever you're talking about a future happening, use will. Okay? I hope that you will. Okay, few. That's another major error, right? Okay, Dawn, can you tell me what do you hope that the manager, Mr. Ong, will do? Dong, dong, dong. Dawn.
Praise, praise her.
Sorry? What?
Praise her.
Praise her. Oh, hallelujah. No lah. Okay. Not exactly praise. I want something a little bit more formal. Okay, formal. Okay. I used the word just now actually. Right? Remember? Earlier I used it. Okay. Jaden? Liao?
Is it comment?
Huh?
Is it comment?
Yes. Okay. This is a more formal, okay, and it is a more complete word. Why? Why not praise? Because praise, right, is simply your mouth, right? Hey, good job, well done, that's praise. But commend can be like write up a recommendation for the person, promote the person, give the person a monetary reward, right? Put the person's name on the board, right? Commend is much more powerful than praise. Praise is just use your mouth. Commend can be a lot of other things. So I want to use the word commend because I want to suggest that this person get rewarded for her good attitude, right? So the word commend is a better word to use than praise. So in this case, I would use the word commend. I hope that you will commend her for what? What has she just done for you? What has she just done for you, Junxian?
Good service.
For her good service. Or if I want to repeat the same word from earlier, what word should I use? Shaden?
Attitude.
Yes. So if I want to be very, very safe, right? And I think you should be very, very safe in PSLE, I just copy the same word that is used in the purpose statement. And then I end with that, right? So you want the manager to reward her for her good attitude. Okay, her good attitude, which is already in the task in the beginning, right? Right at the top here, okay, good attitude. Can you see? So I don't try anything funny. I don't try to change it. I just keep to the same word, good attitude, full stop. Okay, so I have my end purpose statement very nicely crafted here. Now I can move on to the last few elements of today. All right, then I'm almost done already, okay? Yeah. Jaden Teo, can you tell me what's next after this? Use your mic.
Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you for your kind attention. This one need. I look forward to your favorable reply now. What do you think? Okay. If you think need, put thumbs up. Okay, very good. You are all absolutely right. There's no need for favorable reply. Okay, because this one is entirely up to the manager. The manager doesn't want to, it's up to the manager. Okay, so I don't need a reply from the manager. I don't need any kind of follow-up action. It's not like the party planner one where you want the party planner to come back to you with the suggestions. So you look forward to his reply, right? Because he has to reply to you about his 2 suggestions for the stationery and all of that. But here, there's nothing to reply. So I don't need it. It's done. Thank you for your kind attention. It's finished. Okay, done already. Then I just need to sign off. Yours sincerely. Then remember, my name is Linda Low. Okay, everybody? Nice and compact, all right? All the information is provided here, all right? Okay. Okay, I give you a bit of time to review, right? Let me just point out for you all again, what are the tenses here? I hope, present tense. You will comment, future tense. Thank you for your kind attention, no tense at all. Okay, so basically, that's it. All right? Do you have any questions about this? No, right? It's quite straightforward, right? All the elements are as required, but I want to now highlight, or rather just underline the important contextual information that we added in that was actually not part of the 6 content points or not part of your purpose, audience, and context, okay? So over here, I added in the word customer, right? This was not part of any of the points, right? Then over here, buy a birthday present for my best friend. Okay, actually this is not part of the content point, but it's inside the picture, right? Somewhere in the dialogue, it actually appears. Title of the book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not part of the context, the 6 content points, but part of context. Okay. I got home and unwrapped the book. Again, is added information. Go back to the shop immediately, exchange for a new one. Okay. Arrived at the shop, blah, blah, blah. Okay. No problem there. Okay. Everything here is point number 6. Thankfully, I added this in. This was not part of the content or the purpose audience context. All right. And then this entire end purpose statement is what I added in as well. Okay, right. So if you look at the number of purple points, there's easily 5 to 6 different fragments that add up to a significant amount of information. Okay, so please always remember to look out for information that is relevant to the purpose, audience, and context of your situational writing piece. And don't neglect that. Okay, do you all understand the process of this? Are you all clear about it? Okay, any questions about it? No, right? Okay, yes, Chun Hong, go ahead.
For the end purpose statement, I thought I must write as the manager of the web.
Oh, very good. You remembered and I forgot. Well done. Okay, so what must I put in here? Over here. Thank you. Well spotted. Okay, so this actually is also contextual information. This is not actually required as part of purpose, audience, context, or 6 content points, but I add it in because he has the power to make this decision as the manager. Okay, so I add this in because I need my examiner to know I'm aware that this person I'm writing to is the manager. Okay, so this is, thank you to Chun Hong for reminding us, very important. Okay. Any questions? Anything else?
Mr. Pang,
Yeah. Shaden, go ahead.
if you're writing to a person, because I did situational writing last time, and then the name I had to write was with 3 words. So do I write the whole name or do I just write the first name?
Ah, okay. So if you have like Ong Ah Beng or Tan Ah Gao, is it? Is that what you're asking, Shaden?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Good question. I would say that in this case, right, you can simply write Mr. Tan, right? Or you can write Mr. Tan Ah Gao. Both are fine. Okay, both are absolutely fine. You will not get penalized for it. Let me explain to you why. Okay, of course, writing Mr. Tan Ah Gao is the safe thing to do, right? However, you never do this in real life, right? When you write a letter or an email to someone, do you ever write Dear Mr. Edwin Pang? No, right? You will always write Dear Mr. Pang. Okay, why? Because I know my own name. You are writing to me, right? I know who I am. So I don't need you to remind me of my full name. The only reason why I would write Mr. Tan Ah Gao is because I'm writing an email in the exam. And I want the examiner to know that I'm aware of the full name of this character. That's the only reason. I will never do this in real life. If I wrote Mr. Tan, the examiner will not penalize me for the same reasons I just mentioned, because it is real life, it's real world. Nobody writes Mr. Tan Ah Gao. But because it's an exam, I will accept it and I will understand that you're trying to tell me you know the name. Okay, so no penalty for either case. Both are correct. Okay, yeah, I hope that puts your mind at ease. So if you want to write Mr. Richard Low, you want to write Mr. Low, it doesn't matter. But don't write Mr. Richard. Okay, you will be penalized for that because the convention is the last name of the person, right? The surname of the person should always be used when addressing in a formal email, right? Mr. Low, Mr. Tan, Mr. Lim, whatever, okay? Mr. Kanagasagai Kunalan, right? Whatever, okay? Any other questions? Good questions all right, well done. Okay, so for Sishuan, for Ziming, for Daya, for Ziting, for Jaden Teo, and for Dawn, right, in particular, can y'all please write this email out by yourselves? Okay, so after I end this session, right, I will send you the question. You'll write your own email with reference to what I've just shown you. Try to remember as much of it as possible. Then send it to me. I won't send you the model yet. Then after you write, I will send you the model. Is that okay? Y'all can give it to me anytime between now and Saturday. You don't have to do it now. If you have other work to do, you have other homework, you go ahead and do those other things first. This one, low priority. But my recommendation, try to do it quickly because you may forget some of the pointers that I brought up, right? While it's fresh, why don't you go ahead and write it? Unless you actually copied what I was writing. Any of you do that? See, I know, very naughty. Told you not to write at this stage. What? Remember, I said don't write at this stage. Later, then you take the foolscap paper, then you write. Never listen to me. If you already copied this, then no point lah, right? Then you might, there's no need for you to write it again. Okay? Just go and learn from this model. Forget it. Don't you write. Just follow this model. Okay? But the whole point was to give you all practice and to get you used to the whole process of it. Okay? Does this put you in a bit more of a confident setting? Right? Are you a bit more confident about what to do now? Especially the 6 of you. Are you a little bit more confident? Hello? Nod your head cannot, or shake your head lah, then I know. Do you need 1 more practice? 2 more practices? 3 more practices? Whatever? You want more practice? You don't nod your head lah. Fu Jun Xian, don't nod your head Kui Chun Hong. Don't get me into trouble. I have a lot of work to do, you know. Okay, the 6 of you, 1 more practice? 1 more? Okay, then tomorrow, is it okay if instead of doing the remedial in school, we do it on Zoom, Can? Is it okay? Can we do it on Zoom? Right? Because I don't see a point of sitting in a hot, stuffy classroom to do this. We can do it over Zoom, and then you all can ask me questions also. Okay? So tomorrow, I'm canceling the physical supplementary remedial session. We will have it on this platform at the same time. Okay? So we will have here at 3 o'clock. Okay? Tomorrow, we'll do 1 more situational writing. And we'll do 1 more formal. Then later, I'll do 1 more informal. Okay? Yeah? What is it?
But isn't there a Zoom meeting tomorrow with everybody?
No, that's Friday, dear. Tomorrow, Thursday. Correct. Am I right? The everybody one is Friday, right? Yeah. Everybody one is Friday, okay? Tomorrow, Thursday. Tomorrow actually is the day that I have remedial with the 6 of you, the 7 of you, right? Remember last Thursday we had remedial also? So this week, instead of having physical remedial in hot, stuffy classroom, we will have it in the comfort of our own home, and then we will do Zoom. If you have any problems with that, you let me know. If you prefer to have the live lesson in the classroom, you let me know separately, okay? Then I will arrange it. Because I still have the classroom booked and everything is ready. It's just a question of which one is more conducive, okay? So tomorrow, we'll have it here, 3 p.m. if there are no objections. If there are, then we will see each other in the classroom again tomorrow at 3 p.m. The rest of you are welcome to tag along, okay? I will send out the link to the class at the same time, all right? So if you want to, you can access this. But my priority will be to answer the questions of the 6-7 of you lah, okay? So if there's no questions, thank you. We actually took about 1 hour, is it? Yeah, almost an hour, okay? So thank you. I overshot the 45 minutes, I apologize. But at least you got no homework, okay? You don't need to write this down, okay? Can? So tomorrow we'll try another one. Then hopefully I do 1 more informal with you. Because even though we are pretty sure it's going to be formal, what happens if it suddenly becomes informal? We also want to do some practice for that, okay? Just to cover all our bases, just in case. I hope you understand, okay? All right? If no questions, if everybody's okay, then you're free to go, right? I'll send this to you together with the model answer, right? Okay? Bye-bye. If you want to stay behind, you can stay behind. Watch me mark. Hello, are you still around? Why?
So Bang,
Yes.
which
How can
of
I
the
help you?
2020 like the prelim papers do you think is like hard for the like the very good schools?
I don't know, you know, from Rosaif, I thought it was quite easy. The Rosaif paper to me felt a bit more easy. I actually checked with my friend who is a teacher in Rosaif, and she told me that, yeah, the paper seems to be easier than what they normally have. But then again, I think because they've had a very long break without lessons, right? Like us, they didn't want to stress their students out lah. So the standard of the Rosai paper was lower than their normal standard, but not that low lah, right? Not that low. I think in comparison, our paper, our Sinmin prelim paper is actually tougher in terms of the difficulty levels and the number of questions that are like decoy questions and challenging questions, right? I think we actually had more, even though their MCQ was a bit more tricky, right? But then again, I don't know why, even though their MCQ was more tricky, we did much better, right? Overall, we did much better. Yeah, so good job. Right, I think you all did well for the Rosai paper. If you scored anything above 80, is considered a very good grade lah, okay? Yeah, so well done. Okay, don't forget to get your paper signed. Don't forget to get your PSLE like subject sheet signed by your parents. Some of you left it under the tables, very naughty. Okay. Okay. Yes, any other questions?
Mr. Park,
Yep.
for the Town 9 compo you gave us today, right?
Yep.
Can you write for the invitation, right? Can you write like we got accepted to the Dream Secondary School?
But be very careful that the title is the best day of my life, right? It's the best day of my life. So whatever you're writing, right, has to be something that occurs in one day. In other words, like, you know, the day when you stepped into the school and then you marvel at how glorious it was, or the day when you received your DSA results and you realize that you have been accepted. You know, it must be an incident that happens in one day. You cannot write like, oh, you know, you spend the next few months discovering this school and then it exceeded your wildest expectations, that kind of thing. Cannot, right? It must be a day, right? So the theme in this case limits the time. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, it's possible you can write about like being accepted, but the experience of being accepted is probably in one day, right? How you felt and what was your reaction when you received the letter, you know, then how you celebrated with your parents, you know, and then how you went to explore the school, you went online to see what the school was all about, that kind of stuff. Okay? Yeah. So everything must happen in that one day. Yeah. Who was asking me? Shaden was asking me, can he write about like getting a ticket to a very exclusive concert in the mail, because I think one of it was a ticket or something like that, right? Yeah, he said, can I? And then after that, he discovered it was a scam, right? It was like targeted at, you know, vulnerable people to swindle them of their money. Can or not? Cannot, right? Yeah. So that should be a straightforward no, because even though the beginning is about a great experience, the end is about being swindled, right? And you know, like the idea, I think in Chinese you say 落空, right? The idea that you are disappointed, right? That your expectations are not met, cannot be a part of this story, because this story is about the best day of your life. Every expectation, every dream fulfilled, every, you know, expectation met. That is what the story is about. Okay? Yeah. So always fixate on the theme and stick to the theme, because if you don't, right, you write out point, then you will get marks deducted. Or worse, you write things that the teacher cannot give you marks for, then you waste time. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything
Thank
else?
you, Mr. Park.
Sorry, what?
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.